here. Let me just adjust this camera. Sorry. Not any kind of professional here. Just me. I'm not anywhere near professional for this. So, we have this. We have our Dwarf Fortress save. So, I won't be going too long today, because I want to hit the gym, and also I kind of want to get some stuff done in the evening today. So what's going on over here is we have a massive siege. There's 58 people, 58 enemy units here. As you can see, most of them are fairly well equipped. We have done our diplomacy. We are giving them a item of ours, so they will leave us alone. Otherwise, however, we don't really have much else going on. We had a big invasion earlier on of fish folk yesterday. So yesterday we ended up in a situation where a very large number of fish folk turned up, and we ended up having to fight them. The fight went okay, I guess would be the best way to phrase it. Okay, I was just checking my bit rate there because it looked weird on the Twitch overlay, but I think it's just because I had a spike and now it's kind of gone back down to normal again. But as you can see, we have some dwarves here doing other stuff. We are going to head down into the basement here, where you can see we have stuff growing. We have a lot of stuff going on. You can see here as well we have this channel filling out. I don't know what that's from. Oh, that's just the sound because of the fact there's a siege going on. But as you can see, we're building a wall down here to keep the water from flooding the area we're currently in. We might need to build more, depending on how high this water goes. I will actually do that right now. I will go ahead and chop down these trees up here. Once these trees are chopped down, I'll put in some more walls in here, just so that way we don't need to worry about the water overflowing this and ending up down there. Over here, I'm slightly less worried about, given the size of the area, but we'll see. Anyway, we also have, if I escape out of that, perfect. We have one non-invader hostile. We have this random forgotten beast who is in our second cavern layer, which essentially means they can't get to us because of how we have things set up. They are currently, I think, fighting more crundles and stuff like that down here. We have stuff being dug out. We have some spear dwarf sparring, some engraving done. Ah, yes, that's right. I wanted to check in on our royalty, because last stream we became the capital of our civilization. So if I go in here, here's our queen. Not quite happy with things yet. Needs more weapon racks and armor racks, which I think we have put in over here. No, actually, apparently not. So we need to give her another weapon rack, another armor rack, which is here. Weapon rack. I'll put that there. And we will put in another armor stand. Let's put that in there. Yes. Good stuff. Looks like our invaders are leaving, which is good. And they are now gone. So the next siege we get hopefully won't be as difficult to deal with as that one. You can see we have our entire military over here sparring. Largely because I don't necessarily believe that they're good enough to take down anything that shows up. Given that we lost the large majority of our militia forces here, the Copper Flashes, to a big fight. I basically decided to make 2 spear squads because they were just not effective at ranged combat. Might be because of the way I set them up. I didn't look into it because I was too busy with other things. Ooh, there's a cave spider there. And it's just very slowly filling up down here. It's just filled up a fair amount. I suppose what I could do, if I really wanted to stop this, would be to like build a wall like here, I guess. So this would fill up, but nothing else would. I don't know. We'll see. Also, how is our... Oh, we got some guys out hunting. Steel Greaves is done. People are still sparring. Colonite, Masterpiece, Wool Cloth. That's fine. What about down here? How's this going? So this hasn't been dug out yet. Also, we figured out the reason why people were having an issue is that when you dig out the wall here, this floor falls in on top of people, which is the problem. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to dig out what's left here, and then open up the tunnel here. Yeah, this guy looks like he's still stuck down here. Retching on miasma, huh? Probably because they killed a bunch of things. Because I think it has poison? I think it is poisonous. Health description. Yeah, it's poisonous. Also, it technically has quick healing, I think. But it seems to have, like, suffered a pretty decent injury. This has been dug out. So I want this to be our big tavern that's inside the fortress, or like in the main area, because like this one is cool because it's got the waterfall next to it and all that, but there's not very many people chilling out here. Like you don't see many people actually here drinking and chatting and stuff, because I think it's far enough away from the main fortress that people look at it and go, ah, it's too far away. I'll wait, or I'll go drink in the actual dining hall. Right, so all this is chopped down. We can construct a wall. We'll go from there out to there, and then there to there, and then there out to there, and there out to there, and then there. And that should cover the entire area, meaning that anything that if this does flood, it won't. It'll stop at this wall and essentially go elsewhere, which is what I'm hoping for anyway. I don't know if this is flooding because the actual water is getting higher, or if it's flooding because it's getting overrun, for lack of a better term, or like over full, or you know, it's like sloshing up on the shore basically. This has gotten pretty deep though. This water over here has gotten pretty deep already. I am curious about how that's going to go, because if need be, we will wall this out. I will basically just put a wall there and stop this from being flooded, even though it doesn't actually mean anything. No, it does actually. This is our main tunnel down, isn't it? Yeah. Which would absolutely suck. Construct that stair in there. Just because it's annoying me. Petrified wood. Where are you finding that? Oh, here. Okay. So there is some digging still being done here. So the idea here would now be, like, dig out this. And then, like, basically do it one square at a time where it's moderately safe. And once all this is dug out, like once as much of this down here is dug out as I can get it dug out, I will essentially move on and just go, okay, we've gotten as much space there as we physically can. We'll move on to the next bit. So we don't need to worry about that. Rock mug is done. Buckets are done. Cool. Actually, can I do... Is there not a burrow? It's in here, isn't it? Sand... No. I remember there being a bunch of cave spider silk down here. Is that gatherable? What's that? Oh, there's plump hybrid. Yeah. It's odd that it won't let me gather that. Or at least won't let me assign a task to gather that. There's a dead cave spider. Yeah, so this is not a sheer wall. It is an upstep into this area. So what I might end up doing is I might end up walling off this as well, just to make it easy for me. It does also mean that if a forgotten beast spawns over here, they won't be able to get to me, which makes me happy. Or petrified wood. How are our dwarves over here doing? Let's click on one of you at random. You're a Mark's dwarf, but you're wearing iron stuff now, it looks like. Your ability to grasp is somewhat impaired. You're agile. Items. You're wearing an iron mill shirt, an iron breastplate, an iron helm, iron gauntlets. And your skills, combat. You're an adept Mark's dwarf. You're a dabbling hammer and spear dwarf. You're a competent armor user. You're a skilled dodger, skilled shield user. You're getting better. Let's see. What about you? You're legendary. You're a spear master, so you're one of our actually good teachers. You're also a legendary gem cutter, legendary fighter, legendary observer, legendary disciplinarian, high master spear dwarf, expert armor user, expert dodger. Very good. You're a talented teacher as well, which means you're actually very good at teaching people, which is what we want. You're watching a dodging demonstration. That's good. People are working and getting some good stuff going. Maybe we should build some more rooms in the not too distant future. The Queen has mandated construction of certain goods. She wants 3 crutches made. What do we have a lot of that we don't use? Lead crutches. Because of the galena that we smelt, or one of the many ores that we have that are multiples. Maybe we have some in here. Not tetrahedrite. Tetrahedrite is copper. Not limonite. Limonite is just iron. Might be in here maybe. There's platinum tetrahedrite. Silver. Cassiterite? No, it's tin. Garnite, isn't it? No, it's nickel. Oh! You think I'd learned this by now. Doesn't really matter though. We have a bunch of iron in the stuff over here. A bunch of lead in the stuff over here that we're not using. It's not a very expensive metal, so it's not really worth anything to just leave. Might as well use it to make stuff. I suppose we could use it to make like lead, what are they called? Lead bolts maybe, but they don't hold a good point, and they're very heavy, which I don't know if that affects ammunition, but it's probably worth we don't find out. Let me just see if there are... Do we have a thing in here for cages? Make lead cages, I guess. I don't think it's really worth anything. That uses up our coal and coke and stuff like that, which isn't really worth it. Also, let me take a look at this rock block job. Less than 500, less than 750. Just keep a bunch of them around. Fill up all the stuff. Pig iron bars, steel bars, good. Rock cabinets, rock coffin, coal, coke, charcoal. get rid of you because we already have a second one. No, it doesn't seem like we do. Cage. Forge ledge cages. And the amount of empty cages is less than 5. Just make 10 of them. Because we're going to fill up all of this. We're going to want a bunch of cages out here, so that way if something does show up and, you know, they run at us and they go, okay, we're going to want to try and get in through this door, they're going to run, they're going to get caught in a bunch of these traps, which might make it easier for us to fight them. Fighting a Crundle. Yeah, you look like you're having a great time fighting that Crundle. Let's see. You're healthy, which means that you've recovered, I think, from your injury. Yeah. Very strong, tough, and agile, which is why I don't want to fight you, because you seem like you'd be an absolute nightmare. I suppose what I could do as well is I could build like a little, maybe another wall out here or something. Like maybe build like a little tower over here coming out of this door over here. Just like put a little tower up here. Where we could put a bunch of stuff, maybe. It's a possibility. Gather up all the stuff up here. Might as well use it. Oh, Cairo Opal. What's that? Oh, is it just a gemstone? Yeah, it's just a gemstone. Cool, though. Stuff's being dug out because we're looking for more silver, because I know there's silver on this layer. Galena, I think, is an ore of silver, yes. No, that's silver nuggets. Galena there? No, that's just silver nuggets. More silver nuggets. Ore and silver. Alright, let's see if this has been done. That's been installed, that's been installed. So she should now be a little bit more happy with things. She is. She just needs a better tomb. This silver statue, how much are you worth? 300. How much are you worth? 200. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to grab some weapon racks. Put them in there. I'm going to grab some armor stands. Put them in there. These are all our dead dwarves and a couple pets as well, I believe. Yeah, there's a dog. There's a ram. Everybody else, I believe, here is a dwarf of some kind. Let's see if that helps. Oh, you need another weapon rack. Where did I put you in the end? Oh, you're over here. This is your area. Pitch blend, smoky quartz, casterite, silver nuggets. Nice to see silver in the walls. I do know we have platinum in the walls up here somewhere. There's more hematite there as well. Brimstone. They got that brimstone. That might be interesting. As you can see as well, there's a bunch of ores and stuff being moved out down here because there are economic rocks, chalk. Important for steel production, which is good because we want more steel. There's also some tetrahedrite. I'm also going to put in an order to smelt tetrahedrite. Smelt tetrahedrite ore. Largely because the amount of tetrahedrite is greater than 10, smelt 10 of them. largely because of the fact that the copper would be nice for trading or making like metal crafts out of, because copper is relatively expensive. Relatively, that is. Oh wait, we just did like 30 wooden traps, didn't we? It's not like we lack wood, to be fair. We have a bunch of wood now. Yeah, this is all full. This is mostly full. What I might end up doing is... I can't dig down another layer here. See, I kind of like the idea of what I've done here, of like putting in a stairwell and putting in another big stockpile. Oh yeah, look, there's another big stockpile up here for... Oh, what did I dig that out for in the end? Down here as well. Oh, I think this was for stone. This was for like non-economic rock. So I should just be able to paint. No. I can just do it this way. So these are both for non-economic rock. So stone. Oh, there's stone and clay. So that means now we should have a lot more space for this sort of stuff. And what I might do is, just because it probably would be nice to have... I'll dug this out too wide. Nah, it doesn't really matter. I'll go down here and then up here. Oh, wow. Okay, we got another one. Where are you? You're down here. I wonder if the two forgotten beasts will fight. I wonder if that's the thing. I wonder if we'll have a nice forgotten beast fight. Hey Red, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you keeping? So this thing, it's very slow to heal. A towering feathered ribbon worm. It has wings and it appears to be emancipated. Emaciated? Yeah, emaciated. I think is how that's emaciated, I think, right? Emaciated. Yeah, so it's thin or weak. So I think what we have here is a case of the game doing the correct thing in that this thing is emaciated, so it's slow to heal and weak. It also has wings, though, which I think means it can get to us. Because down here... Yeah, so over here is where our entrance is. So I'm going to have to get these guys off of their training and instead send them there. And I'm not going to turn off the civilian alert just yet. It isn't well. No, that's true, Red. It isn't well. So my hope is that it won't be too hard to kill. You're tired? Ah, yeah. It's been a long week. Oh, it's fighting. They're fighting each other. Oh my god. It's so. Oh my god. They're fighting each other. Oh no. Oh no. They're fighting each other. Oh my god. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We must free it from its mortal coil. True. Wait, did it kill? Where is that? It's in military kills. Oh, yeah, it killed it. This forgotten beast killed the other forgotten beast. It has its own. It has a note to kill. That's crazy. Right. So, you guys don't need to worry about that anymore. Someone clip that for me, or put a little like notification here for me. Hang on, let me do my own. Let me do it myself just to be sure, because I want to clip that. We're 25 minutes in. So yeah, we just had a forgotten beast kill another forgotten beast in in our fortress. Yeah, there's its body. Wow, that's crazy. Very interesting. Oh, let me go down to here and fix this before it gets dug out, because otherwise it will actually drive people insane. And where was I before that happened? I was just going to put that in there. Oh, hey, Chiller, welcome back. Nice to see you again, bud. Forgot to say that. I did read your message and then I forgot to say hi. Start to smell quite bad soon. Yeah. The one good thing is that this body is down here, so it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna leak my asthma into the fort. Kill enough stuff in the taverns to get more names. Does this one have more names? Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember because it's been here for a long time. I'd have to go back and watch the last stream when it showed up, and I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, that was a very fun little interaction we just discovered there. But essentially, what I'm doing here is I'm waiting for this. This will get dug out eventually, and this will get dug out. This will be our new like central tavern. Because I had planned initially on turning this into a massive like dining hall, like an absolutely incredibly massive dining hall. But I think it's fine the way it is. Because this is considered legendary, probably because of all the great engravings in it and the expensive stuff we have in it and all that, everything else. So I'm not too worried about that. That's wild. How you doing, Chiller? It's been a while since I've seen you. How you keeping? I had the most amount of emails I had from work in a very long time, largely because people left and other stuff happened. So it's a very interesting time in my career. That's fine. I can stay there. That might be helpful in the future. More channeling, please. Oh yeah, Fallout Shelter. Yeah, I used to play that when we had used to have an iPad, and my sister I think had for school or for work or something. And she ended up essentially not using it after finishing school, and I used to borrow it all the time and play Fallout Shelter and stuff on it. Because my phone at the time couldn't handle any mobile games. So I kind of ended up stealing her stuff. Not necessarily stealing it, but borrowing it for a time. You're also probably wondering what this is for, because I don't think you've been here since we started building this. It's because of the fact that we don't have any water in winter, and one of our dwarves actively died because we couldn't get them fresh water to drink. And I'm basically making a reservoir. And I'm using the lead that we have from some of our silver ores to essentially build more what's the word? To build crutches for our king / sorry, for our queen. Very cool. Very cool indeed, Red. Also, you can see this has been dug out, but this is still suspended. So I am curious what something will happen here when this gets dug, when something gets dug out here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. We might have another like collapse. It's the same reason why if we dug out these two, there would be a collapse. We've had it happen before where our dwarves have been hurt because of it. Animal leather dresses, blocks have been made. Cool. So yes, we now have a massive storage space up here for our blocks and stuff, which is good. Also, now that I have the dwarves here, I'm going to see if I can't get them to finish digging out all of this. So, galena mixed with copper makes billion. So you gotta mix galena specifically before you smelt it. So if I was to go into here, because I think we have copper. Smelt billion. Oh, what would it be? Hang on, how do you spell it? B-I-L-L-O-N. So mint billion coins. Also, Thanatos, is your name in reference to the Greek god of death? Because if it is, it's really cool. Make billion use ore. Make billion use ore. So in the case of using bars, it would only use bars of silver/lead, I guess, and copper. Is that correct? Oh, cool. I got it down in one go. Very nice. Mostly because I played a lot of Hades when it came out, and I still kind of want to go back and play it again now that Hades 2 is almost out before the tech demo. Unfortunately, I didn't get a tech demo. I didn't get the tech demo entry. So if I use ore, it will essentially use the copper ore that I have, because I think I have native copper ore around, and it will use the galena ore to make billion. And then I can use that billion to make coins, which I can use to trade. Is that the general sort of flow I'm getting here? If I go in here and type in copper. Oh yeah, I have a bunch of copper arrows as well because of raids and stuff. Using ore provides more silver since smelting galena gives 1 to 4, while using ore always provides 4. You can use billion to craft anything, really. Oh, so that makes sense. I'll throw it in there. Make billion. Let me just set it up in here, and I will turn off the smelt galena ore in that case as well. The amount of billion bars is less than 10. Just make 10 of them. Just have some bars around, because we have a bunch of lead, as I've said, and we're not using it for anything, and a bunch of gold, and a bunch of platinum, and a bunch of silver that we're not really using for anything at the moment, because our main dwarf force uses iron and steel. As you can see, this is one of our this is our axe lord, who is kind of okay at stuff, but they're mostly a legendary axe dwarf and a dabbling hammer dwarf. Also, we should probably give you an axe in that case, because you deserve one. But they've also got some talent in shield using and armor and stuff, which is good. So I'm going to find this person. But yeah, we have steel stuff set up. Make a billion bars. I see what you've done there, and I appreciate the pun. Who are you? Tickmut. Is this you? Oh, you're in charge of the actual thing. Okay. So equip you. Details. Remove that. New weapon. Battle axe. material. Steel. You get a custom because of the fact that you are just that cool. And if I sort this by axe efficientness... Oh, there's a couple people here who have some skill in axes, apparently. Interesting. Well, I suppose the choppers would have it. Cups and toys to sell to elves. Yeah, that makes sense. It's odd, though, how the elves will take, like, stuff that you need to use wood to make. Like, all of this wood, none of this wood, I believe. Some of this wood might be from the surface, because you had to chop down some of it because it was kind of in the way for some things that we wanted to build. But a lot of the wood that we chop is actually from this cavern layer, because there's a bunch of cavern layers you can see down here that spawns a bunch of trees. And I will just chop down a bunch of it every now and again, and it'll fill up our storage. And sometimes, you know, there's also a charcoal industry here, so if there's ever a need for it, it'll turn on. Also, I should probably dig out more of this, just to have more economic shale be moved there, because, sorry, economic chalk be moved there, because chalk is surprisingly hard to get. Always end up with a ton of lead. Yeah, I can see that, because like with the like Steam version, which is what I'm using, obviously, you can end up in a situation where you've got a bunch of ores and you're not using a lot of them, or if you're using all of them, maybe you're using some of them to make specific things, like you're using steel or lead or whatever else to make things that you want to use. In my case, will this all collapse now? No. Just, they're gonna go up here and dig all this out, I think, as they go along. Yeah, so that's okay. We're not gonna end up in a situation where they get collapsed on, which is good. Because I think what happened with one of my previous doors was that they dug out something and then they got slammed against this wall, which caused them obviously to, you know, be hurt, which sucks. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll set up a lead crafts thing and sell them to the elves. Who knows? Because a lot of the time I just end up selling our gems because we have a bunch of gems. If I go finished... No. If I go in here, I should be able to find gems in here. As you see, we have no coins. We have 1 crown. Well, we have 2 crowns because we have 2 special items that were made. This is worth, I think, the most. No, not that one. The other one, maybe. I don't know. Go back into stocks again. EFG. Here we go. We have 718 goblets, which is good. We have some large gems here. Is it cut gems? Is what it's down as? Yeah. We have 710 cut gems. So a lot of times I will just sell some of these because there's a daily job to cut a couple of them. Like every day, just cut 2 of them, and we have some legendary gem cutters who will do the job. So I'm not too worried about, like, you know, losing value, if you would believe it. Dig out that as well, please. I do want to see how this goes, because I think the last one we dig out might cause a small landslide. Lead cups and children's toys specifically for the elves. We'll see. The elves get gemstones right now because they actively bring us stuff that we kind of use. Like I bought, hang on, I'll show you. If I just go back up to here and go up a few levels. They sold us some stray giant dingoes, as you can see. And we have a stray dingo pup here. you always have more ore gems and minerals than you can do anything with on the Steam version. Yeah, I like that kind of, because I know people who play this game on the lower settings and they're like, oh, I really hope we can find like you know, a place that has iron and a flux stone, because otherwise what my plan is won't work. And like, as you can see, we have a bunch of tetrahedrite here, we have a bunch of hematite. Like, I understand some people want to play the game a little bit more difficult, but I think the game is difficult enough as is without the need to make things harder, unless you're incredibly good at this game. Like, unless you're so good at this game that, you know, playing with everything available to you is making the game super easy, then fair enough. But for me, I find it difficult enough. But we bought a stray dingo pair, so a tame, a male and a female giant dingo, and they have now bred to make a new one, as you can see. But we bought these from the elves because the elves will sometimes show up and with like giant animals that you can breed to make a load of stuff, which is really cool. Also, I built this tavern over here next to the Misty generator that we have from our waterfall. That's kind of built into our map, which is kind of cool. I didn't know we'd have a waterfall when we deployed here, but I'm kind of glad we do. It's pretty cool to have. There's also a random piece of tetrahedrite out here. Oh, it might be because we dug this out and there's hematite in the wall. I don't remember why we dug that out, but we did. As you can see, we have a bunch of animals. A bunch of yak cows, bunch of llamas, bunch of sheep that we can use for food as well. Because, you know, worst comes to worst, I can just be like, hey, this random yak cow, kill it because we need food. Yeah, the elves who bring giant animals get special treatment. Well, hang on, let me show you our map, because you're new here, Thanatos. Welcome. Yeah, that's a good point, Chiller. If you embarking in harder biomes can be interesting, but once you have like things that just make it really easy, it's quite, you know, it's a joke. But essentially, my story for this thing, it didn't really work out the way I planned it because of the way that the game generated our civilization. But I had thought that these dwarves here and these dwarves down here, essentially said, hey, we don't usually get along with the wood elves, but what we're going to do is we're going to talk to them and ask them if we can mine a section of their hills, because we know that they're full of, you know, iron and flux stone and stuff like that we can use to make steel to help fund our industry, because we're currently fighting, you know, these big you know, goblin pits down here, say. Obviously that didn't work out that way, because our actual civilization is way over here in this corner, which is wild, given the fact that this is where we're supposed to be from, and we deployed all the way over here. But I suppose in a way what they could have done is they could have said, hey, third dwarven place, send your thing over here. I suppose it would have made a little bit more sense if we were this dwarven civilization, because they are, you know, kind of near the wood elves as is. But as you can see up here in this corner, there's no dwarves other than us, and that means essentially we are here on our own. We get a elven caravan in the spring, and we get a dwarven caravan in the autumn, and that's it. We don't get a human caravan. I don't know if there's a human. I don't even know if there's a human civilization on the map, or if we're too far away from them. But you know, doesn't really bother me. But I do like our little deployment area here. We have a nice brook. We had this like area that I kind of ended up deploying in, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna build a wall so that way we can like deploy our ranged dwarves on it. But our range, I don't know. Maybe I set up our ranged dwarves wrong, but basically I gave up on them because they charged in to fight like the what are they called? The fish people in hand-to-hand combat, even though they had crossbows. So, you know, they have an efficient melee weapon in that they have an iron crossbow. But at the same time, I'm like, I haven't trained them to be good at melee. So they all died. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to bother with those anymore. I'm going to train them up as another spear dwarf squad. I can also understand, like, you know, doing things in this game that are hard for fun and going, oh, if I lose in the first, you know, 10 minutes of deployment, whatever. Oh, I can choose my specific civilization? See, I didn't do that. I kind of got this map generated and went, oh, I'm just going to go with this idea in my head. And then I went ahead and started playing and streaming it, obviously. And I didn't look too closely at the map until I realized, oh, our civilization is way across the map. But hey, it's not a big deal really in the end. I don't think they can reach up here because there isn't a step. But once this is dug out and that's dug out, oh, and that as well. Make sure there's no little bumps, just because it would annoy me otherwise. I prefer making Dwarf Fortress a story-based game, in that, like, I like looking at the world that's generated and going, okay, there's a clumping of dwarves here and here. Oh, another Forgotten Beast. Okay, where did you spawn? You spawned in the basement, which I think means you can reach us. Yeah, so this is our third level cavern, which we have essentially walled off because we kept getting creepy crawlies and stuff, and it was really annoying. So I just sort of boarded it out. But then I was doing some exploratory mining, looking for the magma layer, which we haven't found, because I don't think the magma layer exists on my map, which sucks. So let me just check a look at this guy again. Quick to heal, flimsy. Okay. Towering feathered tick, pair squat antennae and squirms and fidgets. It's grey feathered and downy, but where it's deadly spittle. I think that spittle means it spits acid, right? If I'm correct in remembering my my lore from Dwarf Fortress, I believe that means it spits acid. So I'm just gonna follow it for a bit, because it's currently going away from where our entrance is. Randomized bad stuff? Ooh, that's not good. Okay, now it's going back to where our entrance is, because maybe it had to loop around. Could be harmless. Yeah, it is also flimsy. So it might be a case of, you know, it gets to our dwarves, and our dwarves hit it a couple times with a spear, and that might be enough to kill it. Because, I will show you this actually before we go into another fight here. If I go to objects, and then named objects, we have a steel spear here, I believe. Oh, it's an iron spear. Because this dwarf, the Spearmaster, who is also an adept soaper, legendary fighter, grandmaster disciplinarian, a master spear dwarf, an expert shield user, an adept armor user. If I go into the military and go into kills, this guy killed a Forgotten Beast this year in our save. We've had like many Forgotten Beasts in the last couple. Like, we've basically had a Forgotten Beast every month. Which I don't know if that's the game saying you're way too good at this game and you need to, like, slow down a bit, or if it's the game going, you are perfectly powered and we need to get everything ready for you. If I do this, I'm going to send all of my military dwarves down to here. Because that will mean they get away from where the Forgotten Beast is. Well, that's interesting. Oh, I don't think we've run across a Necromancer yet. Mind you, though, this game is relatively new. We've only been playing for 6 years in game, and we only had 50 years of history. So you do end up in a situation sometimes where you know, there's just not enough stuff that's happening in the world for that kind of thing to appear. I'm much less worried about, you know, what's it called? I'm much less worried about there being were creatures and stuff like that as well because of that fact. Because, you know, in order for there to be a were creature, they have to have knocked over a deity's altar. Yeah, it's not as bad. I'll put it this way. It's definitely not as bad as if it had acid. Sorry, if it spat poison or if it had webs. If it had poison or webs, I'd be a lot more worried. I'll put it that way. Oh, there's our first spear dwarf. The High Labyrinth, who I believe is one of our... Yeah, you're getting closer. Oh, there's dwarves down here. Why aren't you moving? Maybe you're just moving slowly. That's not good. Is there something wrong with you? No. Okay, so you're definitely gonna die. Because you're not moving fast enough. You're hauling something probably, are you? Yeah, you're hauling something. You're dead. That's fine. If I check the combat log on that... It's a bone doctor. Forgotten Beast extract. It doesn't mention anything else. I definitely have had a situation where it went really well against a Forgotten Beast with webs, but I've also had it happen where I had a really bad situation with Forgotten Beast with webs. I've had both. I think this guy might be fighting another dwarf in here. Yeah, you're fighting this dwarf. Right, let me see if... F5, I think. Yep, there's a decent chunk of our dwarves here now. Bang, bang, bang. Alright, we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna try and save this dwarf, which probably won't go too well. We'll see. Yeah, I can see that because I remember watching people play like ASCII Dwarf Fortress back when that was the main and only way to play it, and also back when, you know, oh, we have migrants. Well, that's good. We just lost 2 dwarves to a fight. Actually, you know what? You guys don't kill that thing. Wait for it to come up here. F5. Just wait for it to come up here instead. Because at least if it's coming at you, you know. Yeah, you see, I can understand webbing beasts being useful as traps for other Forgotten Beasts. But also at the same time, I can for sure understand the, for lack of a better term, the stress that can be caused by them. Also, I think some of our dwarves aren't listening to me. Well, that's not good. Where is the Forgotten Beast? It should be in the stairwell. Where are you? Where are you? There it is. Right, everyone's going to go down after it. I don't particularly like the idea of fighting in a stairwell, but we'll see. Oh, no, we're stuck to Gabbro. That's not good. There you are. Follow that. The dwarves are going to meet it on the stairwell, I think, at some point. Yeah. Bleeding, heavy bleeding, bleeding. Oh, it died. Prey and pelt them with crossbows. Okay, here's the thing, Thanatos, right? I had a crossbow squad set up. I had a bolt production thing. I think if I open my thing here, I have over 900 iron bolts. But for some reason, some of my dwarves wouldn't pick up the bolts to use in fights. So they'd go into a fight with like 4 bone bolts in their inventory, and that's it. That's kind of cool. So you're being hauled out. You've also hurt somebody, it looks like. Let's take a look at the combat log. Who killed you? a silver warhammer killed it. So that's cool. It wasn't you, I don't think, was it? Military kills. No. It was one of you guys who did it. Which is good. I'll have quivers? Yes, we should have quivers. So if I put in QUI... Yeah, we have 17 quivers and I only had 10 marked dwarves. Clear the civilian alert. You guys no longer need to worry about that. Well, that was okay, I guess. Could have gone a lot worse. We did, however, lose a bone doctor in that, which is kind of annoying. But we have enough doctors, and we have our hospital over here with our doctors guild built in. You have 7 workers there, which is fine. Let me take a look actually and see if there's anyone else who we can add to our thing here. Yeah, we have 2 bone doctors, we have 2 surgeons. Oh, you're an adapt surgeon. You should 100% be in there. You're an accomplished diagnostician. Oh, our king consort's actually pretty decent at diagnosing. That's good. So I don't know necessarily. Do I have to, if I'm doing, let's just create a new squad. Actually, yeah, let me just create a new squad of rangers here and go in here and assign a leader of this guy. You'll do. And then if I go to equipment, add uniform, is there a quiver here in bodywear? Like, is there a way for me to assign that to him, or should I just know that that's what they need to do, more or less? That they need to have a quiver, because I see that they all have them. It's just that they don't pick up the ammo. Is the thing. And I had a... Yeah, so this is my training range. Oh, they found the weaponsmith dead. Yeah, that would be the guy in the tunnel here. It's unfortunate. Was he... Hopefully he wasn't our legendary weaponsmith. Which, yeah, like, is... I don't know. It's one of those weird ones where I'm like, I tried it out and I tried to get it to work, and like I had them set to constant training and they got pretty good at marks dwarfing. But they take like 3 shots and they'd run out of ammunition, and then they'd run in with their iron crossbows and they try to kill things with their iron crossbows, which, it's an iron crossbow, it's not ineffective. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so... Alright, so we lost 3 dwarves in that, I think. Which is fine. I think we have enough space. We have more than enough space in our little catacombs down here. Yeah, we have more than enough space in our catacombs. It is frustrating, though, trying to get that set up properly. You train them with hammers for a bit. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being effective. I can 100% understand why you would do that. You'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, set them to train as regular dwarves with just hammers for a bit, and then, you know, you can send them in that way. Yeah, so that's kind of why I built... The main reason why I built this wall with all the fortifications around it. Like, there's a full wall fortification the whole way around this, and it's not reachable from the outside, basically, at all. Oh, you're harvesting stuff. Yeah, because there's a bunch of stuff that was left out here, yeah. But essentially, yeah, that was the idea, was, you know, stuff would be set up that way. But maybe I should look into that again in the future. But that was the general consensus, was that it was really, really difficult to get the spear dwarf, to get the actual ranged dwarves set up, so they would basically stay along the wall here and then shoot out across the wall at whoever came in. So, for example, if we had a situation where we had another big invasion or siege turn up, and we couldn't parlay with them, like they weren't willing and taking an item off of us, you know. I wonder if I can do that. Hang on, let me find our training room. Here it is. So I go into here. No, I don't see a thing there. Maybe here in our thing here. No. Well, maybe I'll look into that later, Thanatos. But thanks for the suggestion there. It'll actually be helpful because if we end up in an invasion where we need to get some more dwarves involved. Also, by the way, these copper flashes, these are just our militia force. The idea with these guys is to put people in who need training and to just have them training for a bit. Oh, you're actually pretty okay at stuff. Oh, you don't have the need for training, though. The idea is to just put in a bunch of people who need training. And then just have them train constantly for like a month. And then take them off the training when they've gotten some training. And it means that in the future, say, if there's a big fight and I need to assign a bunch of people to military, there will be people who have skill in this sort of stuff. Yeah, is there a way for me to check my so it would be in here, basically, right? Well, those are blow darts. Those belong to the natives, the people in the caves, I guess. Dumping zones. I don't know, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's a Crundle bone bolt here, but I don't see a way to set it. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I've only got like another bit of time to stream today because I have other stuff that I need to do. I need to go to the gym and do a few other bits and pieces today, so I don't really have time to do a longer stream today like I normally would do. I'd normally do like 3 hours at minimum. But you know, hopefully next time I can figure that out. Well, I'll try to figure it out in the interim. More or less. I'll go through and try to figure all that out, which would be very helpful. So thanks for letting me know about Thanatos, for sure. It's very helpful. Oh, hey, look, some blocks have moved down here. Good. Oh, musical. Cool. Oh, excuse me. What are you doing? Oh, Stockster Labors. That should be in here. Standing orders. Other? Oh yeah, we have 2 legendary kids, which is crazy. I'm not sure. I might be losing my mind, which would not be the first time. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's been removed or it's been changed, or maybe it'll be added again in the future in the Steam version, but hey, that's what happens. That is what happens, unfortunately, with these things. I do love the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress. It adds so much convenience to the game. It makes it so much more like approachable as a game to people who maybe look at the ASCII art and go, oh, I have to mod the game to have art that isn't from like 1996. You know what I mean? I understand that entirely. But I have also seen people who have made mods for the ASCII version of Dwarf Fortress, where Gorak? Hang on. Who the hell are you? Oh, you're just a random thing, it looks like. Yeah. Anyway, back to here, because we're probably gonna see. I wanna see this cave in if it happens. But yeah, it probably was changed or removed at some point in the last, like, you know, year and a half or something. And obviously with the Steam version, its updates are faster, but you know, it's got a team of people who do a lot of work on it, and I appreciate all the work they do. It is obviously very difficult to keep up with all the needs and desires and porting over features that you already had in the previous version that you now gotta make work in a different code base. It's not easy, and I will admit to that. I do work in software. I can kind of understand where they come from sometimes with things like this, but obviously there is difficulties and stuff like that. Oh, you're on the roof. You're on the... I don't know how these things get up in the trees. I'm kind of impressed, honestly. What I maybe should do is extend my wall all the way to here. Like, extend it all the way to cover this and use this as my main entrance or something. I don't know. That might be a future thing. You know, I move up some blocks up to the top or something. Oh, the Queen has mandated construction of certain goods. Greaves. Steel greaves. I honestly don't mind making steel greaves on occasion because we can use them to use them for our military mostly. I'm sure it was 2. Yeah, it was 2. So she's still not happy with her mausoleum. Let me go into our thing here. Rock armor stand. Just go ahead and make 10 of them. And the amount of empty rock armor stands is less than 5, make another 10. I've kind of gotten to the point now where, like, there are certain things that need to be done semi-regularly, it seems. Oh, there's a bunch of barons and baronesses visiting. Interesting. Spear masters, spear dwarves are fighting. Oh yeah, we've also got elk birds. We got a bunch of them in cages. So what I was thinking about doing was training them to be like fighting things. I think we can train them to do that. If I go into here, we can find out. Pets and livestock. Other? Sorry, yeah, they're in other. Yeah, so you can train them. You can domesticate them. Same with Crundles somehow. Which is kind of interesting. You can apparently only train some of them, which is interesting. I don't necessarily know if they're worth if they're worth training. That would be a question, I guess, for the chat, if it's worth training the elk birds. Because, as I said, I bought those, I bought the giant dingoes in order to train them to be like war dingoes, but unfortunately they can't be trained that way. Also, this is very slowly filling with water, and it makes me slightly scared. I'm not gonna lie. So I opened up this little cavern area by digging a channel out here into this open space, and I had opened this up earlier, and now it's kind of flooding out this way. So what I kind of wish I had done is I wonder if I could do this. Can I construct a wall here? No, I can't. So what I kind of hoped was to be able to construct, maybe if I constructed a wall here, we could have a nice water reservoir, because all this water is considered muddy, and obviously the dwarves won't give their sick dwarves muddy water as a thing. And I'm kind of worried about it flooding our lower levels if I don't end up walling off a lot of this, because a lot of our areas are actively walled off. Oh, you got hurt. Your nails were smashed apart. Once this dig is dug out, we're going to get another one, and when that's dug out, we're going to get another one. I don't want to like go through this and like, you know, build out a floor here to channel this out and dig out a floor, channel this out and dig out a floor, channel this out just to remove it all. It seems a bit excessive. And it's not like the dwarves get badly hurt. A lot of the times they just get like a bruised finger or a cracked nail, and that's usually something they can work through. Yeah, we have a lot of animals. Got some cats here who've adopted people as well, which is kind of cool. Fully grown elk birds are huge, so they're kind of worth training. I'm very interested to know on that. Oh, you're unconscious, but you're not hurt, so you got kind of tossed around, but nothing else. Which is fine. You know what? We've got about half an hour left in this stream, which I know is a very quick stream for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. This is my training area, and this is where all of our cages go. This was initially supposed to be like a chalk cave, more or less. But what I will do is I will put in a little stockpile. Let's say there, just a little 4x4 stockpile, and all that's going to go there is food, meat. That's it. The troll is fighting. More trolls. It would be very cool to see. Actually, here's a question, Thanatos, because you might know this. Maybe Chiller can stick in his opinion here as well. Can you train them? Can you train elk birds as max size is 100,000, max dwarf size is around 60,000. Giant tigers and stuff are over 100,000. What's the maximum size on a giant dingo? Just out of curiosity. You might know that, or it might be written somewhere where you're currently looking. But I am curious if they can be trained as war animals, because I don't think these guys can. I think I checked it. They're in other, I think, as well. No, they're not. They're in pets and livestock. So if I search by category, should be here somewhere. Giant dingo, where are you? Must have gone past them. There they are. They're... I don't believe they're trainable for war and stuff. Yeah, because these stray dogs are. They're trainable for hunting and for war and all that, but these guys aren't. I think these would be a lot better if they could actually be trained to something. A lot of the what I might end up doing is I might end up just caging them up. Yeah, they're not war trainable by dwarves. What I might end up doing is chaining them up, like in areas like around here, or maybe like chaining them up outside of our front gates, because they will fight. Obviously, they're not war trainable, but they will fight, and that seems very like cruel of me. Which maybe I won't do it now that I've said it out loud, but. An idea would be to chain them up outside so anything that comes at them would be attacked by them. And they're obviously massive, and you know, they've got probably like I think one of these is agile and tough. So yeah, they're still aggressive, so they wouldn't run from a fight. So you do have that positive, I guess, of it. But at the same time, I'm like, do I want to do that? It sort of seems like a dick move. Has all this been dug out yet? No, there's still two things left to dig out. There's lots of gypsum down here, microline, bituminous coal. The coal is the thing I'll be saddest to lose, honestly, when we start flooding this cave. But what I'm probably going to do is I'll give it like a little while. Oh, they're hunting. They're hunting an elk bird. Let me actually go in here into labors and yeah, just forbid used ammunition during sieges, because right now this ammo can be reclaimed, and it means that we don't lose out on iron. Even though we have a bunch of iron, as we said, we have almost 1,000 iron bolts sitting in the fortress right now, not used. There's an elk bird. I assume the reason why they can stand here is because it's big enough to be taller than the 4 or 5 deep water. I guess that would be the way to put it. Stiff. Looking forward to actually moving a bit today and doing a bit of gym work. Oh, we need mechanisms. Rock mechanism. We have legendary engineers and stuff like that around, so they'll make those mechanisms pretty well and pretty quickly. Good stuff. You can see where my initial like landing area was. Oh, there's coal there. Screw it. No point in really waiting. Actually, what do you guys think? Do you think I should wait for these guys to gather up some of this like jet and gypsum and stuff like that? Or do you think I should just wait until these 2 bits are dug out and just like flood this little area? Because it is almost winter. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should do it, or do you think I should just wait? Also, I am going to go ahead and dig out all of this. Hematite, tetrahedrite jet. Stay hydrated, gamers. It's important. Forbid all of it and call it done. The only thing in here that I would be sad about losing is the coal and the chalk, but we have enough kind of chalk lying around. The lignite is also coal coke. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and forbid all of it and dig out the... I'm gonna take the plunge here. Let's get rid of all that. Forbid. Forbid. This stuff should be fine because it's on the top layer, and I've dug out a channel here already. Yeah, that's true. I think there's a button here for that. Yeah, I can hide an item or building from your view. Citizens will still use it. So I can hide all of this stuff, which I'll probably do in a minute. But I've dug out a channel here, which, as you can see, leads out into the brook. The brook, we should basically dig a single channel here from this corner, one of these two corners. This should dig out this area, and it should immediately start to fill up this with water, which should mean that we should have enough water, basically, for... because it's inside, I don't think it'll freeze. That looks a lot nicer. As for this here, this is just a tunnel that leads to like an area that will basically not matter. It won't flood, I don't think. I think because of hydromechanics. And I'm not an educated person when it comes to hydromechanics, but I think because of how this should work is that this should be dug out, this should fill in, and it will fill up until the water pressure in here is equal to the water pressure outside, which means it will continue to flow down this way, and then it's no longer a problem. I could, however, be entirely wrong, and we could be about to flood our entire fortress. Which would suck. But we will find out. What I will do, save and continue playing. Pool time. I'll just give that a quick save, quick hard save, so that way, if it does get to a point where it's a problem, I can revert and we can figure out the problem. What are you doing? Lunatic. They're gonna stay. They're not gonna go through the water when it's dug out, I don't think. Also, I don't know where my dwarves are right now. Where are my miners right now? I suppose we should get some more miners on. You're the queen. Let me schedule you guys to be on training now. Just go and constantly train for a bit. Oh, did we get another named item from the... No, we did not. What I will do, I'll put in an order for steel, pick, make 3 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find 3 dwarves who don't have any other duties assigned to them, maybe peasants or something, and just have them mine. Because only having 4 miners in a fort this big kind of feels a little underwhelming. You only do seasonal autosaves? Yeah, you see, I don't mind. I also only do seasonal autosaves, but when it comes to something like this, which could legitimately end the series, like, because I've obviously done this as a series, I have it on my YouTube channel, well, a YouTube channel, that I upload all the VODs to. So it is entirely possible to find all of this stuff if you want to go back through it. It exists. The amount of times I don't save before doing something like this. Yeah, I get it. I get just going, oh, we're just going to fuck around and find out. I entirely understand that methodology. That's how I play my first-person shooters. If you ever watch me play Hunt with Midge over on his channel whenever he does that, you know. Oh, you had regrets? Oh, well, that's fair too. I guess that happens. Oh, we have an alert. Oh, it's a goblin. Or gremlin. You guys. Kill it. Kill them. I think it's already running away, actually, so I don't think it really matters. Cancel that. Instead, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I've had that happen in a few saves where I've been like digging and I've like not realized that, oh, that's magma, and this stone that I'm using isn't magma safe, or you know, whatever else, and I've constructed something and not realized that it hasn't been magma safe, and all of a sudden half of my dwarves are encased in magma. Also, maybe you guys can tell me, what does the gremlin do? Because every time he's ever appeared, I've basically ran him out of the place. Because like, you know, there's usually enough of my dwarves running around doing things that they very rarely get close to my fortress. Yeah, there comes the water. Oh no. You get through locked doors and pull random levers. I see. Right, let me just turn this to a low traffic area. There's the water. Oh boy. Did they spawn down here? Oh, it's a bat woman. Which means I think they're going to come in this way. So, all of you, come down here. Let me just cancel that for a bit. Start multiplying if you feed them after midnight. Good joke, Red. Appreciate it. Solid. Right, I'm actually going to zoom back over here, and I want to watch this fill. Because it is filling very quickly. There's only 3 invaders. It's not as many as I'm used to. Last time that happened, we had like 25 or 30 what was it? Like a 25 or 30 I don't know if they're going to come downstairs because I don't know if they can reach it. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I know that that's considered like a thing. There's also the fact that if you have a internal an internal stair that you use to, like, you know, block off your lower levels, you might have dwarves going across it and all of a sudden they get turned into atoms because you know, you accidentally hit the wrong lever cronk, etc, etc. Right, here's what I'm going to do. Since you guys are coming down here, can I find one of these guys? Yeah, they're there. They can fly though. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cancel that, and I'm just going to have them not... I'm going to have them stay stationed down here for a bit. Baroness of Simple Tower. Interesting. Put in some bait levers. Yeah, you see, I'm not too worried about that because there's just so many dwarves that hang out around these levers, and so many like animals that hang out around these levers because they're like pets or whatever. Petition. Yeah, sure, you can join. We end up in a situation where, like, it's very rare that our dwarves are like this will never not be occupied. Like, there will never not be dwarves running around here. And the only way to get to the cavern layer is from here. So it means that, you know, there will always be dwarves hanging around here because there's drinks and there's food and there's, you know, whatever else going on. So see, I don't necessarily know how that is going to go, but anyway, let's go back over to here. Yeah, this is very slowly filling out. It's going well, pretty well so far. These guys haven't moved. Yeah, you know what? You guys turn that off. What we're going to do is we're just going to lock them out. That's already been constructed. Construction wall. Just construct a wall. They can't get in. I've also, like, when I finish this save, which will essentially happen when I decide I've had enough, or I get to a point where I'm like, yeah, I'm comfortable with the dwarves, I think they will basically do just fine, is I might do another deployment in this, another embark in this world, and I might, like, set up what's it called? Christ, my brain is not functioning right now. A volcano embark, so we can, like, do some cool stuff with the fact that, you know, what's it called? With, say, being able to basically do magma smelting off the get-go. So making steel, if we have, like, a layer of, like, for example, in this fortress, we actually spawned right on top of the chalk layer. So, like, the chalk layer is basically where we ended up digging into. So we ended up using a bunch of chalk to make our early stuff. Like, there's chalk tables and all that around. Chalk walls as well. Let's see when this gets built. Also, I do know there are certain Forgotten Beasts that can destroy walls. However, I've yet to see it happen. I've yet to see an actual random spawn of a forgotten beast come up, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, you're about to lose your whole fort because that one wall you built won't stop them. This is filling out pretty quickly. Well, kind of slowly actually. Maybe I should have dug out double wide thing here, but you know, you live and learn. Can I mark this now as a water source? Oh. Yeah, it looks like it. So this will essentially be a giant reservoir for our few months, for like a month and a half, 2 months, maybe 3 months in the winters where we can't mine. No, sorry, no, can't mine. Oh, so they've been bugged for years. I see. So technically if I locked this door, so if I did that, there's nothing can get in that door now. Dwarves or anything like that can no longer get in that door because I have it locked. So same with this one. If I locked it, no one else could get into it. I wonder how that ended up getting bugged and never fixed. Fair enough, I guess. You're probably hauling a block, are you? Or you're just hauling some gabbro away. To be fair though, I much prefer the way this looks, like the way that this whole thing looks with the bridge. I think it looks a lot better with a bridge than it does with a, you know, with just a door there. Aesthetically, it's decidedly better to use a something like that, to use an actual stairs. I think so anyway. I could be entirely wrong. I could be talking out my ass and that could be definitely not what people prefer. But I prefer the way this looks over just having like a door in the wall, you know. Also, I need to be able to let my traders in, so having something like this makes a lot more sense, I guess. It works for the exterior walls anyway. How are you guys feeling on your training? Man, I wish you could click on these dwarves and they'd actually show you the dwarf you're clicking on. The beauty of aesthetics, entirely objective. Correct, Red. That is correct. However, I will say I do prefer the way that it looks. It's very slowly filling out. It's going to take a while for this all to level out, but it'll get there, I think. Oh, we got a save. Nice. Also, to be fair, Thanatos, if you're still here. Oh, excuse me, my neck. When I dug out the little channel down in our caverns to like flood the lower level, I didn't do a save then. And if I had, I know I'd be going back like 3 or 4 streams now, maybe even more. I would basically end up in a situation where it would like, I would probably have built like something here to shut the water off, like a gate or something, I don't know. Winter is upon us, so this should be freezing at some point soon, because we get we do get winter snowstorms. It's not as common as we'd like to admit, but we do get snowstorms in the winter. Oh, also, has this been dug out? No, it hasn't. Has our steel picks been made? No, they have not. Do we have any billion? Yeah, 24 billion bars. Look at that. As you can see here as well, we have a lot of shale. Sorry, chalk. I keep saying shale for some reason. It's not shale, it's chalk, Mike. It's economic rock. It's actually worth something. But essentially the concept here is that I want to build a big old stockpile with nothing but chalk in it, so that way when we're making, you know, economic steel or pig iron, we have the ability to do that. Oh. Aww. That's cute. Also, how the hell did you end up here? Oh my god. Dwarf Fortress, man, you're weird. You can use them to trap stuff and doors get claimed if the invaders pass through them. Okay, that's fair. While that may... Oh, we have 23 of them now. Oh, we have ohms. These are snakes, I think? And we have giant cave swallows. If those cave swallows get stuck in my traps, I'll take them. I'll use them 100% for things. I don't think these ohms can climb up through the ceiling, through the floor, sorry. As for the giant cave swallows, my hope is that they get stuck in the traps near our door. That or they're gonna fly up like, where is it? It's over here, I think. Yeah, they're gonna fly up here, and we're gonna get into a fight with them. They don't seem to be moving though. At least the swallows aren't, or if they are, they're not doing anything. Yeah, they're kind of moving. Snatcher, where are you? Oh, you're about to get stuck in these traps out here. And you're about to get trapped in the trap. Snap. And snap. Lovely. Nice. I'm still thinking about making a like a little fight arena down here somewhere. Giant bat got into a fight. What about these guys? Oh, they're still over there. Honestly, I will admit, it's very nice to not fight the same things again, because for the last like 3 or 4 like cave invasions we've had nothing but fish people. Right, so this is now barred in, which is good. Which can get quite annoying when all you're fighting is spear-wielding fish people. Ooh, this is filled out a little bit now. The bottom floor is filled out, or the bottom level is filled out. It's very slowly moving up to the next one. Steel picks are done. Cool. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to miners. I'm going to go on this side to do this. And I'm going to find some random peasant, I guess. Recruits. Let's see, anyone in here who we can just throw into this. You're a siege engineer. just not legendary. You're a fish cleaner. You can do this as well. Actually, no. Let's not have you do it. Let's have somebody else do it. Not the weaponsmiths. The shearer. You can do it. And this animal dissector. That means now we have 3 more new dwarves going around mining, which is good. Big salamander. Interesting. What I might do is I might end up building like a little crosswalk here. You know, like a little area for people to walk across, just to make it easy for people to get to one end to the other. Not that it really matters too much for the moment, but we shall see. We shall see. And you can go ahead and dig out all of this coal on both sides. Oh, that's lignite. That's perfect as well. Lignite there as well. Dig out all that lignite. Get a lot of coal out of it. Oh, our Forgotten Beast is down here having a great time killing all these things. I mean, it won't die to it, but it might do. Miners are doing stuff now because we actually have miners on the payroll. Oh, you're using a legendary bone pickaxe to do mining. Oh my god. I don't ask questions about my dwarves. I just hope that they get everything done on time. It's usually the right way to do it, to be honest. Yeah, go ahead and just build some walls over here as well. Put one there. One there. And that's enough to wall out that whole area. Cave spooter. Drinkable plant. Wooden buckets have been made. Good stuff. It's really cool seeing this fill out, actually. We'll see it stop filling out at some point, and that's when we'll be like, okay, we know that we now no longer have to worry about that, and we can put down some fresh water areas. Ooh, we've had someone withdraw from society. You, I believe. No. Is it you? Yes. You're in a strange mood. What are your skills? You're an adept woodcutter. You're a talented miner. You're very rusty, though. You're a competent surgeon, a competent bone doctor, an adequate diagnostician, a novice organizer. You're a novice stonecutter, you're a dabbling carpenter, dabbling blacksmith. So you could make a whole bunch of things. We'll see what's going to happen here. We're going to follow this guy to his thing. Also, by the way, if you guys could do me a massive favor, it would be a big help. Just hit the follow button, if you don't mind. Looking to hit affiliate at some point soon. It would be a big help if anyone could hit the follow button. Okay. He's got good focus. That might help. Oh, he's going for the Stonecrafter's Workshop, I believe that is. has been made. A Baroness is visiting. Yeah, it looks like he's claimed a stonemaker's workshop. Yeah, so over half the things in the caves have been killed by this guy. He's injured. He is tough and strong, however. Would be pretty based if those giant swallows could like take him out, though. Not gonna lie. Would be very, very cool if those giant swallows could kill them. You're gathering items. Interesting. Let's see what he makes. That will probably be the last thing we see in the stream today. But yet again, if people could hit the follow button, it would help. Oh, wait, Chiller followed. Chiller has followed. Thank you, Chiller. Appreciate it. Of course, it helps. I want to hit affiliate at some point soon. It'd be nice if we could. We've hit the average numbers elsewhere. We've done the average streaming days, streaming time. The amount of average viewers, which obviously I'm very grateful for. It's nice to have people sitting around chilling out with me for the evening, watching me fumble Dwarf Fortress as hard as I fumble it on occasion. But of course, I'm always willing to listen to that sort of stuff and always do other content too. I might after this, I might end up doing a Fallout 4 playthrough, or maybe I'll do something else, strategy. Maybe I'll do CK3. I've been thinking about doing a CK3 playthrough again. It's been a very long time since I've done a non-modded CK3 playthrough, which might be the thing I do. Asparagus seed bags, alright. Oh. You're hunting that, Drasthala. Did you run out of ammo? You did. Man, I have questions. Yeah, you cancel your hunt because you've no ammunition. And we have like 900 ammunition things. Why didn't you pick up more ammunition, you goddamn idiot? You know what? 0 bins. No bins. I think that might be a thing I remember mentioning, that you should have no bins or some sort of thing. I don't know. We'll see. That might not fix it. It might. We'll find out. Go down here. This is very slowly filling out. We'll give Red's office a little smoothing as well. Just because I think she deserves it. She's put a lot of good work in. What are you hauling? Claystone. Wait, did I see? I did. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Just looking to see if there's any, well, how did you phrase it, Chiller? Goodie boxes around here that I can spot. This is in our basement, so I'm not worried about it. It is frail and clumsy, however. It's made of ash. It has wings and it squirms and fidgets. So it can technically fly. But I don't think there's a way into our fort from here. No. So that thing is now stuck down there unless I was to dig out this and then go through this door. And in a way, I kind of want to kill it. I'm not going to lie. In a way, I'm like, oh, we could totally take that thing. It's frail and weak. It doesn't have any special abilities. It doesn't have any kind of breath attack. Which I think this is like the first time in a very long time that I've actively ended up in a situation where I'm like, oh, there's a thing we could actively kill without much worry. So, yeah, maybe we'll do it next stream. Because once this Moody Dwarf is finished gathering his items and starts his construction, we'll probably consider what's next on the list. Not entirely sure yet. We'll see. If I remember correctly, one of the worst things that a Forgotten Beast that can come made of is like metal. Like you can get metal Forgotten Beasts that are made, or ones made of stone, I think. Those ones can be pretty bad. But we have yet to really run into one that's super terrible. We've had ones that... No, sorry, we've had ones made of metal. We've had ones that have had, like, copper scales and stuff like that, but we've got spear dwarves. And spears are very good at piercing that sort of stuff. They're very good anti-armor weapons. Alright, looks like most of that smoothing's done. That's good. These guys are still over here training. You guys... Let's switch you out now. You need to keep training. Having these guys learn some sort of like weapon skill as well is obviously very good, because if something does go terribly wrong and we end up in a situation where I have to draft like half of our dwarves into the military, at the very least I can go, yeah, they have, you know, they have stuff to do. Right, let me take these guys off duty for like a month, just to let them rest and relax and socialize and do work and stuff. So they can go do things that aren't training for a bit. Which obviously is maybe it's a questionable thing to do right now, given that there is a Forgotten Beast hanging around. But yet again, this Forgotten Beast doesn't scare me. It's flail and it's clumsy. It doesn't have it's not strong. It doesn't have any kind of particular, like, you know, it doesn't have poison. It doesn't spit webs. So, not nearly as worried about it as I would be if it was actually like a kind of scary Forgotten Beast. It's particularly vanilla, that Forgotten Beast, I guess would be the way to phrase it. Also, oh yeah, look, you can see the river's frozen up. The river's now frozen. So there's now only the water in here that's left. So now if I go in here, where is it? Water source. So now I think any dwarf who might need any kind of medical attention or any kind of, like if someone gets sick or if someone ends up in a situation where they need water, because I think certain dwarves, like children, will drink water on occasion, I think, maybe. I could be wrong on that. But, you know, there are possibilities there. We got food down in here. What's in this? Oh, these are just full of dipper cups and pigtail wheats and all that. Ooh. More cavern dwellers. These guys spawned in an area I can't go to. Which I don't know what that means. Yeah, you've no water source, but apparently you should have water, because you have this. Do I have to do this? No. That makes me unhappy. I think that's the best way to phrase that. That makes me unhappy. Is there something that I'm missing here? I know that it used to be able to set up like a well, I think was one thing that I remember, and you used to be able to do that where you could like dig a channel and you could have like a whole thing full of water and your dwarves could pull it up to where they needed it. So for example, what I could do is I could fill this up and then like down here I could build another channel that leads this to like underneath where my hospital is, so that way people can like basically channel water from there. But I'm not sure how that would work. You're still gathering items. Oh my god. You're hauling bones. I see. Oh, more gems. Stuff's being dug out very slowly as it is, but that's fine. Being done at least. Right. I am going to ask one more time if anyone watching who has enjoyed the stream would mind smashing that follow button for me, because it would help me get to affiliate. I'm only 9 followers away after Chiller followed me, so appreciate that again, Chiller. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. What I'm going to do now is we are going to raid. I'm going to check and see who's in the Dwarf Fortress category. Let me see. Anyone in here who I know? Trash Mac is live. Let's see who else I could raid. Who can I raid in my followers list? Oh, yes, the Schmitchell. The Schmitchell is doing their year-anniversary right now. They are playing Minecraft, however. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to raid into them, because it is currently their year-anniversary. They're doing a sorry, it's not their year-versary. It is their partnerversary. So this is a year-versary of their partnership of getting partner with on Twitch. So we want to go over. We want to say hi. They're currently playing multiplayer games. So we're gonna raid them. We're gonna go over, say hello, let them know how we're all doing. I would usually raid into a Dwarf Fortress stream, but hey, if you guys want to watch one of those, you can feel free to go ahead and go over to the category. But please make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't yet, and we can catch you next time on with more Dwarf Fortress.